it's an interesting story. I've been involved with a very big company called Osram, and in the area of lighting. And in the last 10 years or 15 years, it's been a big revolution in lighting. So after I left my company, this Dr. Chip's Consulting was founded, and we are trying to help other companies get into lighting or in energy businesses related to lighting. So it's about helping business creation, startups, entrepreneurship and innovation in the area of lighting. So that's kind of our main focus. I think it's again comes down to helping people understand what the new lighting can actually do in LEDs, because they believe and think like the old light bulbs, and so this LEDs is a completely different style of lighting and a source of lighting. It's very, very capable, can do unusually different things. So where we were originally just using light bulbs to light up the space, now you can use LEDs for not only lighting up the space, but also for transmitting information, for example. So it's completely changed the paradigm. That's an interesting question. If I were to pick one word for it, I would say entrepreneurship. At heart, basically, I'm an entrepreneur. And so when a new idea comes up in research or in technology or in engineering or in the company organization, my first instinct is to try and make a business out of it. How can we realize the idea? How can we monetize the idea? How can we commercialize and spread the value of the new product or new concept? So that has been sort of the source, I would say, of my inspiration throughout my career. Okay, that's a very tricky question actually, because it's a very fuzzy boundary. But an innovator is someone who takes a nice idea or a very brilliant idea or technology and converts it into something practical to use. But an entrepreneur has to then give life in the space that he lives in. So it could be a startup that's creating a new product for society, or it could be inside a company where you're trying to convince everyone in the company that this is a worthwhile idea or important idea. So I think the entrepreneur takes off where the innovator leaves the idea. And that's kind of the transition. You have to do both for full success. Well, that's a great question. I guess in my consulting work, I work with a bunch of different companies. Some are startups that are just starting fresh and trying to raise investments. And then there are medium-sized companies that are reached a flat point in their business and they're trying to now grow to the next level. And then there are some bigger companies, very big companies, who are trying to start a new business, normally in lighting or energy. In all these cases, the common factor, of course, is the fact that there has to be a very strong idea and the ability to communicate this idea. So it comes back to the same point, which is taking the idea from concept to communicating to other people the value and the how to transform it to reality. So it's important in all these cases to have a good communication with the customer, and I think the customer can actually be your partner in this whole process. Well, I'd probably make different mistakes, but mistakes are part of the learning process, so you cannot fully avoid them. I think the one thing that I would probably change if I was starting now, after all these years, is again how to communicate to potential stakeholders. Because sometimes innovators and entrepreneurs get very passionate about the idea. They cannot see a different point of view because they know they're so sure. And sometimes you have to put yourself in the other person's shoe and see what he or she is seeing when you are speaking about your idea.